Hello everyone, it's Tilly from Tilly Journals and welcome to day 27 of VADA. I am going to be talking pens. So this is counting as one of my collection videos. I'm not showing you all of my pens because there's hundreds of the things, but I'm showing you my favourite ones for different things. I'm just going to give these a quick sort out into what I use them for, or what type of pen they are maybe. So we'll start off with the general writing pens. So these two are fountain pens. This is a TWSBI Eco. I haven't used it in a while, so that ink is dried out and it really needs cleaning, and this is really bad for my pen, but I wanted to show you it anyway because this was my first, well no, this is one of my favourite pens still. I actually in some ways prefer it to this, which is the TWSBI, let's move these others out of the way. So this is the TWSBI Eco, and I some ways prefer it to this, which is the TWSBI Diamond 580 aluminium, because it's lighter and it's easier to carry around, and I think it posts slightly nicer. The cap goes on the back of the pen nicer. I personally prefer extra fine nibs or fine nibs, which is what both of these have on them. So yeah, I do have several other fountain pens, but these two are my favourites at the moment. They don't go to work with me though, so I use these for letter writing, journaling in my planners, and things like that. Next up we have one of the pens that you see most on this channel, which is a Pigma Micron. This is an 03. I also most use 02s and 05s a lot. The 03 is the one I mainly use in my Erin Condren, the 02 is the one I mainly use in my bullet journal and B6, and the 05 is for drawing thicker lines. These are just really great black permanent fine liners. The tip does wear down and they do run out of ink, but they're great. I much prefer them to Pitt Artist pens, which is what I used to use. Next up we have some other sort of usual writing pens for various purposes. These are my favourite colourful fine liners. The Pigma Microns don't really come in very many colours, so they're my black fine liners. These are not permanent. This is the Staedtler Triplus fine liner. They do bleed a little bit in some paper, but they are pretty great. They're pretty versatile. There are hundreds of colours available. I think they're pretty fab as well. I don't use them that much anymore though, just because of one thing or the other. Last up we have a Papermate Ink Joy Gel. These are fab again for longhand writing. I don't like them for writing in print as much as I do the Microns. I don't really like writing in cursive in Micron, and I don't really like writing in print with Pigma Micron or with Ink Joy Gels. So it depends, and these are right either sort of handwriting. So it sort of depends what I want to write and how I want to write. But yeah, that's these come in a great number of colours. The blacks are really versatile. They dry pretty quickly for a gel pen and they're super smooth. The last sort of standard writing pen is the Papermate Flare Medium Tips. So these are a felt tip pen again, but they're a broader felt tip pen. Again, come in lots of colours. I've just pulled out a variety of colours of different pens. They come in, I think I've got a pack of sort of 20 colours of these, and yeah, they're great for drawing thicker lines, drawing out spreads in your bullet journal when you don't want like a thin line. I really like those as well. Moving on to proper felt tip colouring pens. The Staedtler 68 pens are my favourite for these. They are the same shape and things as the Staedtler fine liners, but I just prefer these to the Staedtler felt tips. I just have a pack of 20 of these. I don't use them that much because I don't tend to colour in that much, but yeah, they're pretty great. Moving on again to a different type of pen, we have highlighters. I have two favourite types of highlighters. We have the mild liners, which are dual-ended if you don't know. They have a sort of line broad tip and then the highlighter tip at the other end. These, I have 20 of these. They come in sort of milder colours than standard highlighters, and yeah, they're just really great. But these and both highlighters have a tendency to bleed a little bit sometimes. The Staedtler Boss highlighters come in a wider variety of colours. This is one from the pastel range, which are again some of my favourites. I just don't like the vibrant colours of standard highlighters, but I've used the Staedtler highlighter spheres, and they're just a really solid highlighter. Last category is some brush pens, and I have 3 favourite brush pens here. So we have this one, which only comes in black and grey, and I use it for nearly all of my black lettering unless I'm using the black version of this one. This is a dual top tip Tombow Fudenesuku. It is the soft tip at both ends. They do a hard tip Fudenesuku that's not a dual tip brush pen, but I prefer the soft tip. I've got one kicking around this room. I really like these. I think they're really versatile. I like that you can do the shadowing with the grey if you want to do that. I think they're a really good brush, and they're my favourite to work with. Now what I do, I'm doing all of the lettering for the shop in at the moment until I can afford an Apple Pencil and an iPad Pro. This is the Pentel Touch brush pen. They have a very similar tip, another fibre felt tip brush, but just like a solid one. Equally flexible, but come in a variety of colours. So I really like those for doing coloured small brush lettering. For bigger brush lettering, my favourites are the Tombow dual brush pens. So these are again dual tipped, so they have a big brush tip and a bullet tip, sort of a standard felt tip. These are great for doing bigger letterings. They don't write very small though, so like their standard size is kind of like that. So yeah, they're not the best thing in the world for doing small lettering or lettering in your planner because it's just not the size. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to write with all of these pens, or just do a strip in all of these pens. Okay, so there we have the pens written. This is just normal copy paper. You can tell I've not used a Tombow dual brush pen for a while because that lettering is not great. So yeah, that is how they all write, just on normal copy paper. I don't know how well you can see this, but none of them have actually bled. The Pentel Touch brushes tried to, and the highlighters have tried to. Even the felt tip, it's like it's trying to, but it's not actually bled through. So they all do stand up pretty well. So yeah, they are some of my favourite pens. If you think there's something I've missed, or if you want a bigger, longer review on any of these pens, let me know down below. I can compare things and stuff like that. I just don't know whether this is something people would be interested in. It's a bit of a different video for me. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you've got any thoughts, and I hope to see you next time. Bye! See you tomorrow.